What's up, everyone? I'm Tia, and I'm going to lead you through 10 minutes of mobility. Today's focus is the hips. So let's start seated. Feet about mat distance, hands behind the back. I'm just going to start rocking those knees side to side here. So to start, there's not much intensity, just allowing the hips to open up. And then we'll kind of add on as we go. So next time, knees open to the left. Let's pick that left leg up, open it up as wide as you can until you feel the engagement, and then start to switch, chasing it with the other side. Open it up nice and wide, and then chase it with the other side. And do a few more like this. Again, just a little more engagement through those hips, working on our internal and external rotation here. And this is my dog, Waylon. Hey, buddy. Let's go for that. One more on each side. Oh. Come on. All right. Once you're done that, let those legs come back through center. And I want you to find a 90-90 position. So we've got right shin parallel to the short side of the mat, left shin parallel to the long side. So looks like this. You're welcome to have your hands down onto the mat, or you're welcome to bring the hands up. Keep the feet flexed, keep the knees pressed to the earth. We'll take an inhale as we shift forward, and then exhale as we shift back, just finding some hinges here, creating a bit more space through the hips, and of course, through the spine. Let's do one more. Little shift forward and a little shift back. From here, hands come down to earth. Let's shift forward and hold, and then gaze towards that left leg. So ankle and knee are aligned. Keep the knee pressed down and just lift up the left heel. Place it down softly and do it again. Now, this is a new movement for you. This might be a little uncomfortable. If you notice the foot's not moving very much, that's okay. Okay, we are just learning here. If you need to add a little more support, lean forward even more. That'll help you out. I'm gonna go for 4, 3, 2. All right, last one. Nice work. Okay, from here, let's shift to the other side. So, spinning those legs. Left leg parallel to the short side of the mat, and then right leg parallel to the long side. Of course, if you're sitting normally, that is. All right, knees are in line with hips, ankles are in line with knees. Option to have the hands to the earth, or option to place them on the shoulders. Let's go nice big inhale, shift forward, and then exhale, shifting it back. So don't worry about how much depth you're getting to start. Just to create a little bit of space here. You're comfortable with the stretch sensation. Nice. Let's go for one more. Shifting it up. From here, hands to the earth. Let's lean forward just a little bit. Remember, the more you lean forward, the easier it is. Gaze towards the right foot. Ankle and knee are aligned. Lift the heel. And then lower it down. Remember, we're lowering down softly here. We don't want to just drop the foot. Trying to keep stillness through the upper body as best you can. Doesn't need to be perfect. I'm going to go about 4 more. Last one. Nice. All right. Sweep the legs in, and let's find our way to a hands and knees position. So, as we arrive, let's step the right foot off the mat. And I just want you to slide that leg out until your hips are nice and even. So you can even give yourself a touch. Notice if those hips are even. Press to the inner edge of the foot and think about sliding the inner thighs together. With an exhale, we're shifting the hip back toward the heel. And with an inhale, we're shifting forward. These shifts can be little or big, up to you. What we're really focusing on is maintaining a plank spine as we try to push the hip back toward the heel. So we're avoiding any excess arching or excess rounding, and we're finding control here. Let's do one more. And as we shift back, we're staying and holding. So this might be deep enough for you today. Alternatively, you could untuck the left toe, maybe even sink the hip toward the heel. Just finding a nice stretch here, about 3 cycles of breath. Final breath in. And final breath out. Start to rise, shifting forward, and slide that right leg back in. You may want to give it a little bit of a wiggle. For myself, I usually make little circles in my hips. But you can do anything you want, just reducing that sensation. Hey, buddy. All right, we're going to move through the other side when you're ready. So this time, left leg's coming off your mat. Right, just slide it out as much as you need to until the hips are even. Inner edge of the foot presses down, inner thighs pull together, and we just exhale, hip back toward heel. Inhale, little shift forward, and exhale, little shift back. Exhaling upon exertion. Keeping a strong press between the 2 hands. We're not sinking into the shoulders. We're not letting the ribs drop. We're finding control here. Just a few more. Let's go for 3 and 2. All right, last one. Starting to shift back, option to stay there. Option to untuck the back toe, maybe sinking the hip all the way to the heel, maybe even crawling those hands forward. Just taking a few breaths. Nice deep stretch through the inner thigh. Big breath in. And big breath out, shifting forward. All right, slide that leg in, give it a little wiggle. Or maybe you're doing circles like me, or maybe you're doing something else. We're gonna go one more movement on each side before I send you on your way today. So complete that counter shape, and let's find our way to a dragon pose, or low runner's lunge. So right foot steps forward, deep bend through the right knee. With an exhale, straighten out that leg, shift the weight back. Inhale, bend, and exhale to straighten. Now that leg doesn't have to get fully straight. Don't worry about that. Think about shifting back, but keeping tension through the hamstring and almost thinking of keeping the hips nice and square. So pulling the left hip bone forward a little bit. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just try not to be super loosey-goosey here. Let's go last 2. Last one. Nice. All right, shift the weight forward and then switch. Right leg steps back, left leg steps up. From here, deep bend through that left knee. I'm gonna exhale, straighten that leg. So the left side for me is always tighter. I notice my first few reps, my leg doesn't really get fully straight. And I'm just letting it slowly open up here. And as the muscle activates, start to gain a little more range. My focus isn't to flow so far back that I'm coming out of alignment, that I'm dumping my weight back, but instead to just keep a bit of engagement through the lower body. Just open it all up and stay for about 3 more cycles here. Last breath in. And exhale, release. All right, left leg steps back. And as promised, you are all done your mobility for today. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you in our next session.